I've been asked this question quite a few times, and I think to a certain degree I've covered it, if I'm not mistaken, but if I haven't, this video is dedicated to, just knowing the percentage far as dealing with the black population that exists here in Charlotte. So here in Charlotte, we make up 35% of the population. A lot of city officials, councilmen, councilwomen are a minority, or rather black. So, there are black people that actually run the city. It's a diverse city. Black people exist in several different pockets around the city. The plan is to actually, blend or mesh in all of the areas, so there won't be, like a big divide. If you go up, like for example, if you go around Sharon Road, parts of South Park, Providence, in those areas, well-to-do people living in mansions and stuff like that. So, what they're trying to do is mesh in the neighborhoods. They're trying to make this a melting pot where it's not so much of a divide. You understand? So, where do blacks actually live? Like black middle class, middle class blacks. A vast majority of black people stay in the university area. It's a decent area, for some odd reason, as of recent, there have been like crimes here and there in the area, but for the most part, it's a safe area. The first time I moved to Charlotte, I moved to actually the university area. Another good area where black people are at and live, middle class blacks, that is, working class blacks, Still Creek. I live in Still Creek. Another area would be Ballantyne. Now, don't get it twisted. A lot of well-to-do white men and women stay in that area. But there are pockets of where black people stay at in Ballantyne. So pretty much that's about it. Of course you have like, I don't want to say it, but the hood, you got West Charlotte, Betty's Ford, Wilkinson Boulevard, Freedom Drive, all of that is hood, but then they're gentrifying that area as well. West Boulevard, not so much. If you go up West Boulevard, it's East Boulevard and West Boulevard. As soon as you cross the Lynx train, the light rail, as soon as you cross over, going down past Camden Road and South End, as soon as you cross over, it turns to West Boulevard. If I'm not mistaken, as soon as you get to the corner of South Tryon, the intersection of South Tryon, where the Bojangles is at, and it's a cash checking place. It turns into West Boulevard, and then once you get into West Boulevard, it's straight hood on down. So they haven't gentrified that area, but definitely they're gentrifying Freedom Drive, Wilkinson Boulevard, and where else? North Tryon is predominantly black. East Sugar Creek Road, that's predominantly black. Hidden Valley, all of that is like, I don't want to say it, but it's hood. So basically the best places to live in Charlotte if you're black and middle class, working class, woman, man or woman, and you want to raise a family or you have a family already, would be, in my opinion, Still Creek, Ballantyne, University area. Definitely a lot of black people, prominent black people live in that area, and that's about it. Huntersville it sits away from Charlotte. It is part of Charlotte, but it sits away from it. In that area you got Huntersville, you got Lake Norman and Morrisville. That whole area is really, really nice. You understand? But it is pricey because, of course you're gonna be living around the lake, or and it gets like really, really pricey over there. Ballantyne is pricey, but it just depends on whether you want to live in an apartment, a house, whether you're renting or buying. It just all depends. From what I see, the basic rent for an apartment Let me see. So I stayed in a 2-bedroom. I stayed in this apartment called the Enclave, and I stayed in another apartment called Bexley. That's like right up the street from me. And I paid an Enclave. They had a special though, so I was paying like $1,200. I think it was like $13. So expect to pay at least about $1,300-$1,400 for a 2-bedroom. A 1-bedroom, expect to pay anywhere between $900 to $1,100. It just depends on them having specials, you know what I'm saying? And apartment complexes, they always have specials. You just got to get in on it. You know, a lot of times it'll be a special like no deposit, half of first month's rent, and you can move in. You know, and then of course, it all depends on credit. If you got a decent credit score, you're definitely gonna that deposit is definitely gonna be waived. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at like between $900 to $1,100 for a 1-bedroom, $13 to $14 for a 2. Houses, I live in 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. They bumped my rent up. I renewed the lease, so they bumped my rent up. It was $1,450. And now it's $1,505. So expect to pay around that. Once you get in Valentine, and you want to rent out a house or live, what depends. If you want to rent out a house, I say at least come. It just depends on how many bedrooms you need, but at least expect to pay anywhere between, for a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath like this, anywhere between $1,700 to about $2,000 in that range. Now, if you're young, because I'm talking about middle class blacks, and that have families or want to raise a family or whatever have you, is just starting your family. But if you're young, if you're a millennial, the best places for black people to stay at is like University area, North Lake Mall, like right behind that area. Right behind the mall. I would say South End, but the condos and apartments in that. South End and South Boulevard is really, really expensive. I think the apartments are going for like $2,000 a month, $1,500 a month or something like that, and you're living in a cubby hole. You understand? The only thing that you really have the apartment for is like to brag. Like I live in South End or I live in Uptown. But I see a lot of, because I used to do Postmates, so I see a lot of young black men and women living in that area, but of course they have good careers. They're getting paid pretty well. In that area, if you choose to live in that area, it's very convenient. You don't need a car. You have the Lynx train. You have I forgot the name of that little buggy thing that takes you around this Uptown for free. You know what I'm saying? You have that, and then of course you had those little scooters that you could just hop on and go to Uptown or go to South End. Everything is within arm's reach. Like you could walk wherever. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're staying in South End or in Uptown, they have restaurants and fast food restaurants. All of that stuff is down South End. They have bars, they have clubs, all of that stuff. You understand? A lot of millennials stay around Ramir Park because they have like 3 condos, like high-rise buildings. I think that they're condos. They have 3 of those in that area. Yeah, I think 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. And Ramir Park. And that area is like pretty nice too. You know what I'm saying? So if you're an older couple, I would definitely choose, if you're an older black man or woman and you're coming down here, you're retired or whatever have you, you don't have your children are grown or whatever have you, I would consider Ballantyne. Ballantyne would be perfect for you. It sets away from the city, so you don't have to deal with the hustle and bustle every day and all day. I mean, Johnston Road gets really, really busy, but outside of that, it's really like a secluded area. No crime, absolutely zero crime. I wouldn't recommend anyone anywhere else if you were older. University area is like the city. It's just like it is as busy as the Uptown area. University area, like around, like going down North Tryon and going along the light rail. it just gets really, really cluttered around W.T. Harris. Yeah, the intersection of W.T. Harris and North Tryon Road. It's really bad, like really, really bad. And then to add insult to injury, you got Highway 85 right there. You know, that gets jammed up. So it's like, if you want the hustle and bustle, you want to like that city feel or whatever have you, I would tell you to stay in the university area. But if you want that like laid back, cool, calm, all you hear is birds chirp, you know, in the summertime all you hear is crickets, I would tell you to choose Ballantyne. And as well as Still Creek, but Still Creek is a little bit more busier than Ballantyne. You know, Still Creek, to me, the reason why I chose it, and this is I'm not, this is not a biased opinion. It's just the Still Creek area is so, how can I put it? It's like really, really like, to me, it's like the best area because you can hop on 485 right up the street. You can hop on 77 right up the street. You can hop on 45 and in 5 to 10 minutes you could be at the airport. You could hop on 77 or 485 that connects you to 77, and you can get to Uptown in a matter of like, it just depends on traffic, like anywhere between 13 to 15 minutes. You understand? You can hop on 485, and I go to the gun range in Ballantyne. It takes me, I say about 13 minutes from where I'm at, so I can hop on 485 and go straight down 485 and get off at Johnson Road. I forgot what exit that is, but it's Johnson Road exit, and boom, I'm in Ballantyne. So it's really it's an accessible area. You know, another thing too is the good thing about Charlotte, and I don't know if that's with every city, but whatever area you live in, they have a shopping area, so you don't have to go outside to shop. Like, you don't have to go miles away to go to a grocery store or anything like that. Like, I sit in between 2 Harris Teeters. So if I make a left, I could go down here and there's a Harris Teeter, there's a premium outlet mall over there, and if I make a right and go down right, there's Rivergate. That's a whole shopping area. They have like shops like stores like Best Buy, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, I mean, you name it, Old Navy, and then there's a Harris Teeter on the right. So I don't ever have to leave out of my area unless I'm going to Uptown. You know, excuse me, I'm going to Uptown, I'm going to the gym. I go to the gym in Uptown, right? And then I go to the gun range. Other than that, I don't even have to leave out of my area. That's the good thing about Charlotte. Like, every area is just like that. You definitely don't have to leave out of your area. You definitely don't have to do a lot of traveling unless you want to. Unless you say to yourself, you know what, I want to go to Concord Mills and get such and such and such. Unless you say to yourself, yo, oh, I forgot. So I go to Whole's Food. Even though they're about to reopen Earth Fair, and I don't know if you know about Earth Fair. Earth Fair is just like Whole's Food, right up the street, right? But I go to Whole's Food, so I have to go to Whole's Food. They don't have a Whole's Food in this area. They have 2 Whole's Foods. They have one in South Park and they have one in Uptown. So I have to go to the one in Uptown, and it takes me about 15 minutes to get there. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, you don't really have to travel, you know, if you're staying in that area. If you stay in South Park area, I would recommend South Park, but it's really pricey. It's just like Ballantyne. It's pricey. So just be prepared to, you know, have your money right if you're gonna stay in areas like such as Huntersville, South Park, and Ballantyne. Still Creek is somewhat affordable, but definitely South Park, Ballantyne, Huntersville, South End, and Uptown. You're definitely gonna pay some money. You're definitely gonna have to make some type of money. I think I covered everything. But yeah, just like I said, I mean, every area has its own shopping centers, shopping mall, etc. So don't worry about, like, when you're looking around, don't worry about, oh man, it's gonna, I gotta travel 30 miles to get to a grocery store. No, this is gonna be a grocery store right up the street. Sometimes it may be within walking distance, because that's how they're making the apartment, the communities now. The way that they're making communities now is new to me. So they're making communities that have apartment complexes, apartment complex in it, townhomes, and regular houses. That's how Charlotte is doing their neighborhoods now. The new ones, that is, from what I've seen. You understand? They have three I say ways of living. homes. They have the apartments, if you want to choose the apartments, or they have the townhomes, or they have the regular houses. But I think I've covered everything. Race relations, I need not to go any further deep into it. I mean, there's going to be racism everywhere. So don't get bent out of shape if something happens, you know what I'm saying? There's racism everywhere, but I can say that out of all of the places that I've lived in, and I've lived in several different places, 3 different states, that is New York, Georgia, and Florida. I can say, in several cities within those states, I can say that Charlotte is I feel comfortable here. I don't feel scared. I don't feel like if a cop gets behind me, I'm gonna piss in my pants. The white people are cool here. You could be at a bar. And I've said this so many times until it's redundant. You know what I'm saying? Until I'm being redundant. You could be at a bar and you can be talking to a white guy, and the guy would be like, "Hey, listen, you want me to buy you a drink?" And you're like, "Yeah." You understand? Or you could be at the gun range. This has happened several times before. Yo, white guy, "Hey, what are you shooting?" "Oh yeah," and then the conversation strikes. You understand? So it's the race relations here, it's not perfect. You understand? 2 black men have gotten shot in the past by CPMD. I keep on saying that. CMPD. You know what I'm saying? So we're not perfect, but yet and still I think that we are striving for perfection. So other than that, I hope I answered you all's questions. I want you to like the video. I want you to share the video. I want you to comment, and definitely subscribe.